All right, how's it? I'm Timothy Kelly Okaina Awa Chang from Mililani, um, son of Marianne and Levi Chang. I've been coaching college football on the mainland for the last decade. I'm back, I'm home, and in my heart, I never left. Like I've done always for the state, I'm just ready to give my all. The highest
Yeah, I'm
privilege
going to
in our,
grab his.
the highest privilege in our profession is to be the head coach. And so this is beyond incredible for me and my family. I get to do it right here in Hawaii, where I was born and raised, went to school, have all my friends, my family, this community, this state, and now this brotherhood. I'm really excited. And the goal is to win Mountain West Conference championships. The goal is to win games and make the state proud. With that said, is there any questions?
Okay, hang on, Timmy. I'm going to just let a couple more people in. And just a reminder, everyone, if you guys can mute yourself if you're not asking any questions. And we're using that raise your hand feature for questions.
Oh, I know.
So please mute yourself. First question is going to be Steven Tsai.
Hello there. By the way, you're Timmy now, right? You're back to being Timmy?
I am
Okay.
Timmy. How you doing, Steven?
All right, I'm doing well. Hey, let's whip it out here. But are you gonna be calling your own plays? Have you started to assemble a staff? And are you bringing back the run and shoot?
That's a great question. Definitely spread offense and run and shoot will be part of our basis. But right now, the staff is going to come into place. Can't release any type of information in that sense, but the staff will be in place. The run and shoot will be a part of who we are, and it's always been a part of who I was.
I'm sorry. Will you be calling your own plays also?
That's to be determined. That's to be determined. I think we have to hire some guys and then put in the pieces and then put the minds together and then really figure out what's best. I think that's the biggest thing. Just kind of figure out what's best to put ourselves in a position to be successful. And if it's me calling, then it's me calling. But if it's somebody else, then it's somebody else. And so, but that process has, is going to take place here quickly.
Christian, go ahead.
Hi, Coach. Congratulations. What do you think your approach will be to, uniting a fan base that has gone through a lot of drama over the past few weeks? And what are some of your goals towards healing that?
Hey, Christian. I've left this island, but I've always paid attention to what was going on. And, I think the last 6 months or so, there needs to be some healing. But, there also needs to be some understanding about where the direction is going and what we need to do. And so the best thing we can do is put a product on the field that's going to win. And I think this state's at best when we're winning football games. And so that's what we're going to try to do. We'll get the guys out in the community. I know I'll be out in the community. I know our doors will be open. You'll be hearing some good Hawaiian music. I've not heard that much Hawaiian tunes at our practices where I was at. So but we'll do the things necessary to involve the community. But just more importantly, we need to win games, and so we need to put out a good product.
All right. We got Alan Hoshida, KH12.
Hey, Coach. Alan KH1, as Derek just said. Thanks. Everyone else has kind of been through the ringer with this whole process. Quite simply, though, what was this process like for you to get to today?
It was exciting. It was exciting. It was a process I'm a first-time head coach, and so it was new, but it was exciting for me. And I enjoyed it. I really did. And if it was one of those things where if I got it, I'm ecstatic like how I am now. But if I didn't, I would have been very grateful for the process. But it was good for me, and I'm glad to be here.
Obviously, there was chatter even with the last tenure about alumni, previous coaches not being involved. Now, even more so, maybe with June and Rich specifically. Have you reached out to those guys? Obviously, there's kind of the whirlwind of news, but have you reached out to them about maybe possibly being a part of this program with you?
I've been in contact with June. Several weeks before any of these things were happening, and we have a great line of communication, and I look forward to reaching out to him to him soon, and probably tonight, so I look forward to having a great conversation with him, and listen, when I think about Coach Jones is that I committed to him and made the commitment to play for the state, and I committed to him personally to play for him. And so I'm June Jones through and through, and I'm proud to say that because I look at him as a mentor. I look at him as a guy that a lot of values that I have coaching come from him, and so but as far as moving forward, we'll have conversation and dialogue, and we'll see what that looks like.
Okay, we got Keith DeMotor, KITV.
How's it going, Coach? I just want to say congratulations as well. There's been a lot of chatter as well about bringing the local talent home and how important it is to recruit local. What is going to be your mission with that, and can you also elaborate on your plans, especially with National Sign Day coming up here in a couple days?
Hi, Keith. Local recruiting is a big part of Hawaii football. I think we all know that we develop a lot of good student athletes and professional athletes here on the island, and rightfully so. I mean, it's very the state drives competitiveness, and so we need to stay home, and we need to cast our net over the Pacific Ocean and the Pacific Rim, and try to keep these local boys home. Now, I understand they go away, but it's interesting that with transfer portal and things might happen and they might go away, and we might not get the best recruit, but building good relationships is key, I think, and making sure that they know that, hey, it might not work. I hope it works out 3, 4, 5 years at a college that you might go to, but at the same time, hey, if it doesn't work out, Hawaii's always home, and like myself, you can always come back. And so I think that no, but we'll go after the best local talent here, and try to bring and build the foundation and bring the program up that way. And then of course we got to mix in really good talent from other places, so we complete our team. And so the recruiting process is it's very, very, very important. It's very crucial to the success of your program, and the better players you have, you're going to win games.
All right, we got Brian McGinnis, Spectrum News.
Hey, Timmy, congratulations on your position. Just wanted to ask you, beyond some of the recruiting hurdles that you'll have to undertake that you were just talking about, I mean, just the circumstance with the playing venue, no stadium right now for the program. What are your thoughts on that hurdle and how you can go about trying to mitigate that?
Okay. Well, let me go back to the other question, because I remember there was a signing day. Signing day is important, and finding the logistics of where we are roster wise and how many initials we have to sign is very important into the signing day. Now, I would say this now, the portal is constant, and it's always evolving, and it's year round. And so, we don't have to rush into making decisions. We want to grab players that fit us, that are going to fit our style of play, and take best available players as well too. So, kids can jump into the portal, and after the signing day in February and March and April and May and June, I mean, that thing is ongoing, and it's live 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So, but as far as the stadium, I believe there's I don't know all the factors involved right now, to be honest with you, to make a decision, to speak on it. But I feel that I watched film on games. I watched the TV copy of games in TC Chang, and I thought it was pretty exciting to watch the brand of football. I remember practicing on that field, on that turf field, when I was playing, and I would, quite frankly, I would love to see that thing packed with 9,000 people in week in and week out, and rocking.
All right, back to Steven Tsai.
I understand this wasn't just an automatic decision for you. You kind of consulted with your family and tried to get their feelings on this. And I was wondering, how important was your family's approval on this, and also what kind of tribute is this to the memory of your father, who probably was one of your biggest supporters?
Yeah, that's a good question, Stephen. It's when you make decisions, when you make decisions and you have family involved. I have 6 kids. I had one when I was at the University of Hawaii, who's much older now, and I got 5 here in Reno with me. These decisions are really family based, and really I have a whole bunch of family. My mother lives there still. My sisters do as well, and so I wanted them to involve them in the decision, and just ask them, because what this job entails is being really high profile. Playing the quarterback position here at Hawaii in 2000, it was high profile then, and it's still, and being the head coach now, 21 years later, it's high profile now, and so I just wanted to make sure that it's a blessing, and that I just asked them and just let them know that it's something that I want to do, and that it's just exciting. I'm super happy, and I know my dad would be smiling down on me right now, as well as we had a lot of great memories here together.
All right, back to Christian Shimabuku.
Coach, I know you haven't been coaching as long as some of your other peers that are head coaches. I understand you started 10 years ago at the college level. So what do you make of this rapid rise, and how ready would you say you are to kind of be the face of this program?
That's a great question. I was put around some really good special people, Kurt Newsom and Jay Norvell and June Jones, and my mentors like Dan Morrison, Mike Kavanaugh. I've been around some really, really good coaches. And so when you're around really good coaches, you can't help but observe what they do and cut the curve a little bit. And it's almost like a cheat sheet, because you see the success, what they're doing. And, you kind of understand when you do get these opportunities, you keep a notebook and you keep these notes, that when you do get the opportunity, what is it going to look like for you? And so, it's an exciting time that I get to do it the way that I think in my mind will work and win games. And I've seen it win games, and I've done it, as a player. And so, that's what's exciting about being a head coach now.
All right, Justin Baptiste, Global Press.
Congratulations on the head coaching job. I know you're excited. Now that you're back at UH, when you look back on your UH experience, what is one of those memorable experiences that, being at UH, that you'll always remember or look at?
Thanks, Justin. It's got to be the fans. It has to be the fans. And there's a couple memorable times, and I'll speak about 4 real briefly. One was when I was a senior, and I'm sitting there, and I'm watching the 99 team. I'm a senior in high school. I'm watching the 99 team, and the crowd, by the end of the year, the crowd was so electric. The crowd was so into it. They were dying. They were just dying to win, and that stadium was rocking. When Rolo played BYU, and I got injured that year, it was so electric. The crowd, the fans, the state, you know. When I played against Michigan State and we had to win just to be bowl eligible and come down the stretch, you know, we were down 21 points. It was so electric. When Colt Brennan played Washington, they were down 21 points, and they came back. I mean, it's like no other thing. I'm getting chicken skin just talking about it. I mean, when that place is rocking, when the fans are behind you, it's unbeatable. I mean, 21 points down, and we were able to come back and will ourselves back to win important games, crucial games, you know, for the program and the state. I mean, it's like no other. And so the thing is and when you think about those things, you talk about those things, it's not really difficult to get back there. You know, it's getting your kids' mindset right. It's all about the players. It's all about those guys. It's all about those guys in that locker room and in that team room. You know, they're the ones that are going to make it happen. You know, my job is to, you know, put together staff that keeps guys accountable, and we're all professionals, and we got to make those guys do what we need them to do, and we got to go win some games.
Yeah, that was part of to add to what I was going to say was, what are the goals that you have being at the University of Hawaii? I know that's kind of like long shot thinking, but what are the goals that you have for UH?
It's got to be to win the Mountain West championship. I mean, that's the pinnacle where we're at. We can strive to win the Mountain West Conference championship. I mean, that's our goal. That's where we want to be. And then just look at the schedule. You know, you want to win your 12 to 13 games. That's it. I mean, that's what we're going to focus on. And each weekend and week out, whoever's there on employment, where they're coming into TC Chang or we're going away. I mean, we gotta get ready for those games and put the best product together.
Okay, we're going to take a couple more questions here. Alan Hoshida, go ahead.
Timmy, what is it? You've talked about just what it means to come home and all that, but what does it mean to have your first head coaching gig for the University of Hawaii, the place that you grew up rooting for, not let alone just the family ties and everything, but to have it at your alma mater?
I mean, it means everything, Alan. It really does, you know, and really it's special for me. But in all honesty, I really, the experience that I had, I really want our players to have. You know, the things that I grew up, I had the pleasure of experiencing and winning games here at this program. I really want that for our guys. Okay, so the focus is going to be on them, and it's going to be on getting better every day, keeping it real simple, really just being student athletes and making good decisions, man. And if we can do that as a collective group, I mean, we're going to have success and they're going to have a good time. And doing so, I believe, just doing so and just taking care of our business, I believe that, you know, we'll all get to experience the joy in that.
Kind of on that note, what did you, I know you met with some of them just moments ago. What did you say to them?
You know, we're going to, you know, what happened to them was unfortunate and how, and what was happening, you know, but that we're going to chalk that up as an experience. We're going to close that chapter in the book. And I told them, man, when we walk out of this room, it's the decisions we make to be great. And so it's going to take all of us. It's going to take us doing the right thing every single day. And when we keep making good decisions, I believe that it's going to translate to some better things.
Brian, go ahead.
Hey, Timmy, did you have a chance to talk to Athletic Director David Matlin about length of contract to this point?
Yeah, I don't think I'm at liberty to talk about the contract stuff. But definitely, you know, I signed some papers and was able to become the head coach, and so, but I'm pretty excited about that.
All right. Last question is Mike Sullivan of Guava Press.
Aloha, Timmy. Welcome back. You know, with the state of the game today and the light of how mental health has come in for athletes, what experience have you had with that at your other schools, and what do you look to do as the head coach for UH with mental health?
Hello, Michael. You know, it's a big topic. I mean, it's a big, you know, there's understanding, you know, I think there's, you know, I think when I was going, you know, when I was going through my ups and downs, and I know Steven has seen me going through a lot of ups and downs, and so has Dave Reardon. And but you know, those challenges that you kind of go through, you know, you need to talk about. You know, you need to talk about, you need to express, you need to get it out. And there needs to be, in reality, there needs to be coaches that care about you. You know, there needs to be a staff in place. There needs to be guys around that you can go to. You know, some of these players are going to come from Hawaii. Some of them are going to come from Samoa. Some of them are going to come from the mainland. And, you know, I know this is that when I walk into a home, you know, I make sure that the parents know that when they're with me, I'm going to take care of them, and I'm going to be there for them, because I know their mentors are not there. I know their mom, their dads, their brothers, their sisters, the guys that help them through the way are not going to be there. And really in this stage of their life, some of them are just going to be by themselves for the first time and making decisions on their own for the first time. And so I think it's real important that our staff is in tune with that. You know, our staff's going to be accountable for our guys and their guys at their position. And we're going to make sure that we support these guys and not ignore what has gone and what they have gone through, but be there to talk them through it, to comfort them, and then to help them, and more importantly, have a plan to help them move on so they can be successful and reach their goals.
Great. Thank you so much, and best of luck.
Thank you.
All right, that's going to do it. Thanks again, everyone, and congratulations, Timmy. Welcome aboard.
Congratulations.
Aloha.
I appreciate you
Hey,
guys.
Coach.
Thank you guys.
Take care, coach.
Congratulations, Timmy.
Thank you.